What's going on, Flicks Talkers? Obviously, you can see that I'm not in my proper elements right here. Hence the cheetah blanket right there. It is my girlfriend's. Don't mind it. I'm here on the couch. The only reason I'm really out here in the living room right now in front of my big screen TV, guys, is it's hot as hell. We're experiencing a heat wave right now in Southern California. I know all over the country is experiencing a heat wave, and this is the only spot I can put my AC properly to kind of cool down the whole room. Plus, I wanted to check this out on my 75-inch screen TV. We are talking about Lovecraft Country, guys, and this one right here is starring Jonathan Majors, Journey Smollett, Courtney B. Vance, Michael Kenneth Williams. So you get some recognizable, notable names, not only in front of the screen though, guys, we're talking about behind the screen as well. So the big selling point for this, guys, is once again the people behind the screen. So you have Misha Green, you also have Jordan Peele, you have J.J. Abrams executive producing. I believe Jordan Peele is directing one of the episodes as well. So, you know, you have a lot of names attached to this. Plus, it's on HBO, and they just launched HBO Max. So they're really trying to do, you know, their fans a service and put out some amazing content. And I've heard a lot of great things about this. I try not to look at the scores, guys, because that is very subjective as far as Rotten Tomatoes is handing out 100s, and we've gone over this, you know, all the time. I go over this all the time, guys. I have not been following Rotten Tomatoes scores for the last couple of years, but I just wanted to give you guys my previous thoughts on what I thought about this. So I mean, a young African American travels across the US in the 1950s in search of his missing father, and that's the only premise that I know, and I know a couple of recognizable faces. That's it, and that's all I want to go into it, looking, you know, more of the Jim Crow era, you know, meets creature feature, you know, which is, you know, the racist creatures as well too, so they kind of intertwine. But if I can see some J.J. Abrams spin on this, guys, I will be happy. So I want to record my previous kind of thoughts and what I think is going to you know, possibly, you know, happen in this. I really don't even know. If I'm being completely honest, my initial reaction, I don't even know how these two are going to intertwine. It might be on some Stranger Things type of vibe where they find something and they unlock a creature. I don't know. But either way, let's start this up, and then I'll let you guys know in a second my thoughts on episode 1 of Lovecraft Country. And one thing I totally forgot to mention, guys, is that you wanted me to review this one here. I do it for you. I do it for the people. So this was one I was going to check out anyways, but I usually don't review TV episodes. So this one is on HBO, guys. It did premiere tonight, but I do it for you. So here we are. All right, guys, so I did just finish episode 1 of Lovecraft Country, and wow. So before I go over my thoughts, guys, on this first episode, it is directed by Yann Demange, by the way, who also did White Boy Rick. So that's interesting, actually, because I did, you know, interview someone that was part of that White Boy Rick camp a while back, but we won't get into that. This episode did feature and, you know, kind of go over the backstories of our main trio. We get Tick, we get Letitia, and we also get Uncle George. So we get the three that I'm showing right here on screen, guys, and pretty much Tick is returning from war. He is returning home to Chicago. It talks about that he had conflict with his father, so he goes to go with his uncle, and you know, this is Uncle George, and he finds out that his father is no longer there. He went missing. So he does find a note that his father left behind, but it's kind of suspicious, you know. It doesn't sound really like the way his dad would write something. So he finds out that his dad's in a place called Ardham, and I believe it's in Massachusetts. So they set off on a journey to go travel and try to find the father, but along their mission, once again, this is Jim Crow days, guys, it is extremely racist, and that jumps to something that I felt through the whole episode, guys, was anger. I cannot even imagine, as an African American watching this episode, how angry you would feel. There's so much just prejudice, racial slurs being, you know, thrown out. There's signs that say colored only. It's extremely amazingly disgusting how times were back then, you know. So seeing all of that just made me once again angry inside. So you're definitely rooting for these three that are trying to just get, you know, from town to town, and they're just, you know, driving in this nice vehicle, yet they always get stopped and harassed by cops. And, you know, we find out, and I kind of was waiting for the tie-in with the creatures, you know, towards, you know, the last 20 minutes. When are we going to get it? And we did get our tie-in, and it has to do with sundown. So I'll just say that something does happen after sundown, and the way they tied it, you know, beautifully to this county that that implemented this sundown rule, where it's one of the most disgusting rules I've ever heard, but it has to be real. I'll have to look it up. But, you know, there's a rule implemented, you know, against colored people back in the day if you're there past sundown. I thought it was extremely disgusting, but, you know, I thought extremely real. And then once we got our creature feature development at the end of the episode, guys, man, it was beautiful. It was awesome. It felt like I was seeing every one of my, like, you know, little pieces of like Universal monsters, you know, and then some added in there, you know, some Van Helsing type of thing where you see wolves, vampires, and, you know, I think in this episode you are going to see, you know, pieces, but throughout the, you know, the rest of the series we are going to see, you know, possibly like werewolves or different creatures that H.P. Lovecraft did have a part in or did create from this whole world, this whole lore. And it has to do, obviously, if you didn't understand, you know, Lovecraft has to do with H.P. Lovecraft's novels. So I thought that was very interesting, and it did, you know, a good job of character development for like the first half of the episode, and then it just built up with that tension of all the racial things that were going on. You had an insane, you know, police car chase with them, as well as something that happens in the woods at the end, and then it just was like, I'm all in on this series, and I can't wait till next Sunday. But let me know, guys, your thoughts if you guys did see it. I try to make this as spoiler free as possible. Once again, I'm doing this in the comfort of my own couch because it's hot as hell out here. We're doing, you know, it's a heat wave right now in Southern California, guys, triple digits. So I'm out here with the AC blasting. This is the only way I can enjoy it. I can't enjoy it in my room when I'm cooped up and there's no insulation, you know, going around, no circulation at all of the airflow. But anyways, let me know, did you guys catch Lovecraft Country, guys, and what did you think of episode 1? Please, no spoilers. I try to make this spoiler free as much as I can, but I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, these creatures, by the way, the CGI was great. I had a good time watching them on screen. I thought they just showed us just enough to give us a nibble of what to expect in the next coming episodes. But if you did appreciate this review on episode 1 of Lovecraft Country, guys, please give me a thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe and a bell notification for more content like this. Till next video, guys, I'm gone. Peace.